Hey there, landscape designer. I'm Charlene Gray. Welcome to Landscape Elevation, where I talk about all things landscape design geared toward those of you who are landscape design entrepreneurs. Whether you're just getting started in your side hustle or you've been in business for years, I hope the things I talk about resonate and help you on your journey as a landscape designer. So last week I talked about when and how to fire a client when you find that the situation or the relationship is not a good fit for you. Today, I'm going to give you an example of when I had to fire a client, which happened pretty recently actually. So I'm going to read an email to you that I received from a brand new, still potential client. They had filled out my questionnaire and I didn't get any red flags from that. So upon their request, I went ahead and scheduled an initial on-site meeting with them at their newly purchased property, which is about an hour away from me. But anyway, after the meeting, we had one or two back and forth email exchanges, and then they sent this email that I'm about to read to you. Here goes. Dear Charlene, thanks for the information about your hourly rates and what you would deliver before Christmas. Before I give you the go-ahead, I want to finish talking with a couple of other providers who are interested in offering their ideas for the landscaping at our home. These providers are offering their design ideas as part of the cost of the overall project and not as a separate billing. I have been thinking that a designer like yourself could offer more and something more special than what the other landscape services might provide. However, I am not sure of that and would appreciate your telling me how you believe your work at additional cost might serve us better. We did something similar in hiring an architect to look over the plans for the new home we built 3 years ago, and the extra investment was worth it. How do you think your landscape designs might be superior to what I will get from other experienced landscapers who have implemented multiple landscape projects? Okay, so now this email really bothered me, and it took me a few days to respond. So it bothered me for a number of reasons. So I guess I kind of took offense that they would even ask this question, to compare myself to others, basically asking me to sell myself to them, like why me instead of a landscaper who offers design services for free. And I began thinking of the obvious ways in which I could defend my ideas and my work against, any other mow and blow installation landscaper, whoever they are. And I obviously considered not responding at all, not worth my time, but I also kind of wanted to put them in their place. So, I reread it and I thought about it for, days, and I realized, wait a minute. What they are really trying to say is that they are extremely budget conscious, period. They are, trying to squeeze every last bang out of their buck and just want to ensure that they're getting their money's worth by paying me for something that, a landscaper can do for free. Design-wise, I guess. So I get that, and in some ways I'm absolutely the same way. But I feel like I'm more like this with inanimate objects rather than with people. Because when you hire people, you're pretty much always taking your chances on their deliverables, and this goes for any client and any employer. Anyone who hires anyone to do anything, the person doing the paying is taking a chance on what the person they hire can achieve and deliver. So I'm not sure if I can put this succinctly into words, but basically, I guess I feel like I'm at the point in my career now where I've been working for people who have the resources to trust me. And I'm not about to start working for folks who either simply don't have the resources to hire a designer, or it's just too mentally difficult for them to part with their resources to pay for a professional because they they're not sure if they see the value in it. So bottom line, this would not be a great client for me, but for someone else, this is a great client, I'm sure. Anyway, I still needed to respond, out of my stubborn, people-pleasing politeness. So after ruminating and consideration, this is how I responded. I said, "Dear so-and-so, I understand your concern, and I think your instincts are right to pose these questions. There is no guarantee that you will find more value in what I produce for a fee versus what any other landscape installation company can offer you for free. Your project seems pretty straightforward, and any experienced landscaper should be able to come up with a satisfactory solution. Without knowing the names of landscape contractors on your list, I can't fairly compare my design work to theirs without making generalizations." I didn't want to say this, but I had to. I just did it. I can say that I've been a residential landscape designer for 17 years without advertising, and it may be safe to say that my work speaks for itself, and that positive word of mouth from my clients, architects, and general contractors has kept projects coming my way. Regardless, my 8-hour time estimate is just an estimate, and there is the possibility that these hours wouldn't bring us to either a solution or a direction that you're happy with. As such, I wouldn't want either of us to feel the burden of either going over budget or running out of paid time. So while I appreciate your consideration, I think this may not be a good fit, and it would be best if you remove my name from your landscaper list. So I sent that, and then, I sent that, felt good about it, it's gone. Whew. And then you'll never believe this. I thought that would be the end, but then they wrote back. Okay, get this. "Charlene, thank you very much for your timely and thoughtful reply. I am prepared to work with other landscapers. However, I am also interested in obtaining some out-of-the-box concepts for our front property. Since you have already invested in making a visit to the property, would you be interested in taking 1 to 2 hours just to formulate and describe, without measurements, your ideas and any concepts you think would be great for the front of the house? I could resend the schematic or survey created by the surveyor." Thanks, Charlene. Oh my God. 1 to 2 hours? Dude, it takes me 1 to 2 hours just to get my station set up and begin to even look at their survey. And so to this second super obnoxious email, I did not respond, and thankfully they left it there. It ended. Anyway, so I'm glad that's over. This is my example of a recent client firing I had to do. And now I'm actually curious, how would you have responded if you had received a similar email from, a potential client? Let me know. I'd love to hear, actually, if you feel like commenting. But also, if you're a landscape designer and you have questions or a conversation to start, please share them in the comments or reach out to me directly from my website, landscapeelevation.com, where you can also find my client questionnaire that I mentioned earlier. It's a free download to help you make your own client questionnaire. And then I also have my 5 steps to prepare for a successful landscape design with clients who want to pay you. Okay. All right. Thank you. Take care. And I hope you have a really great week.